I've been thinking lately about what it takes to develop, produce, and ultimately ship creative work. In my case, the specific creative work that I've been thinking about is the creation of videos like this one. Videos in which I'm sketching out interesting ideas from the books I'm reading or supporting other current or aspiring visual thinkers in their ability to sketch out the ideas they're working with. And I think there are a couple primary ways of approaching this question. Approaches that can work together, but sometimes end up working against each other. The first of those is establishing and committing to a specific publishing schedule. So this is where you decide how frequently you will make and finish a thing. The publishing part is about how regularly you will complete a piece of work and move on to something different. Is it something you'll be finishing daily or weekly or monthly? What schedule can you commit to? The other side is less about how frequently you'll finish and more about how much time you set aside to work on that thing each day. One term for that is time blocking. So with time blocking, what you do is set aside a certain portion of your day, get it into your calendar, commit to working on this particular project for half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour and a half. Where in your calendar can you place this particular type of work that you want to engage in? And I think this dynamic applies equally to folks who have maybe already developed a skill and are using it to make things, and folks who are working on a new skill. They're learning how to do something that they haven't done before, and in the process, they're making and finishing certain projects. With a publishing schedule, what you're doing is emphasizing the shipping of creative work, the completion of it, and the hitting publish in whatever format makes sense for you. Hitting publish on a YouTube video, on an Instagram post, on a blog post, or even just showing that work to some friends, hanging it up on the wall. Time blocking, where you instead focus on the time each day that you will dedicate to that task. This is about emphasizing sustainability, where it's more about you deciding how much time and energy each day can you sustain. This allows you to step away from the work at 8:30 or whatever time you've established so that you can go on to the rest of your day, address the other responsibilities that you have in your personal or professional life. Even if you didn't finish the thing, even if it doesn't feel like it's ready to ship, you can step away from it. Now, I'm a fan of Seth Godin, who is a prolific writer and publisher, and who advocates for starting a daily blog where you write and publish something new every single day, even if no one else reads it, as a way to put yourself on the hook and as a kickstart for your brain that knows it will have to create something every day. I think there is a lot of value in that advice, and I think it's worth considering for you. Is there a daily publishing habit that maybe makes sense for you, that does put you on the hook, that creates the conditions for you to make and share something every day? I recently have been enjoying the YouTube channel of Chris Piashik, whose daily drawing challenge I remember following on Twitter, I think, about a decade ago. He's a professional digital illustrator, so if you're into that realm, go check out his channel because he talked about the benefits of that daily drawing challenge, benefits to the development of his craft and of his professional career, and the opportunities that ended up coming his way. When I started making videos in this format, daily was my goal. I liked the idea of being like Seth Godin with his commitment to write and publish every day, and I enjoyed what it felt like to make one of these videos and share it every single day, but it ended up not being sustainable. It was a little bit too heavy of a lift to be something that I did every single day. If you choose to take on a daily commitment, make it be a light lift. Something that doesn't end up consuming your entire day or even half of it. If it's a heavier lift, you might consider a weekly or monthly publishing schedule. These videos don't feel like a heavy enough lift for a weekly schedule, and I find that there are more ideas that I'd like to explore that one video per week doesn't allow for. If it's a weekly thing, it's easy for me to put too much pressure on the one thing that I make that week. So where I've landed, for the time being at least, on this question between focusing on a publishing schedule versus committing to just a particular time block, I think there is a middle way that allows for both a degree of commitment to both the time you'll spend on this thing each day and the frequency with which you'll finish and publish a thing that also includes some flexibility. And for me, with this particular type of creative work, it's landing in the middle, setting my target at 2 or 3 videos per week, having established a specific time in my day and a specific part of my morning routine in this case that I'll dedicate to this task of making videos. And if you're newer to the world of creative work, I suggest you start here. Start by setting aside a certain chunk of your day to develop the new skill that you're curious about, to spend time using that skill on particular projects that you would like to complete, and over time you'll get a sense for what's a reasonable publishing schedule that does put you on the hook so you don't procrastinate, you don't lean into perfectionism, you have some pressure to finish a thing, but not at a pace at which leads to burnout, leads to you not being able to dedicate as much time and energy to each individual thing as you would like. I think that daily time plus a little bit of pressure from a flexible publishing schedule, I think that's a great combination. So if you too are interested in developing your creative skills, making things with those skills, completing projects that are important to you, sharing those projects with others, then I hope this discussion of frequency of publishing, frequency of pushes, finding the balance between sustainable practices and helpful pressure. I hope you found this to be useful and can apply it to your own creative work and your own skill development. If visual thinking is a skill that you would like to focus on and you'd like some support in directing both your skill building efforts and even the type of creative projects that you might take on, go check out the resources at verbaltovisual.com. Within my Sketch Instinct program, you'll find a library of complete at your own pace courses to get you up and running with these skills, and regular live events that you can put into your calendar that might give you a little bit of motivation to make progress on the current project at hand so that you can share it with me and others, get feedback on your work, and decide where to take things next. Thank you for watching this video. I wish you luck in finding a balance between your daily work and your regular completion of interesting projects, and I'll see you again in the next video. Till then.